begun. The tablet wars have.
And Motorola's first salvo is the Zoom. Its 10.1-inch multi-touch display runs on a dual-core processor and Android 3.0. So multitasking, streaming video, and web browsing will be silky smooth. You'll also get dual cameras for snapping photos or video conferencing, and you can upgrade to a 4G connection for free. So join the fight for $600 with a contract. Back a little bit more. Ladies and gentlemen, Chris Hardwick!
Hey! Can I just say, because normally our stage manager, Andy, was like, do your little walk-on. He calls it my little walk-on.
He really does.
And so, it's like I'm a toddler.
He also strokes the side of your head when he says it. It's really weird.
And then he gives me breast ice cream.
Yeah.
And so I started to do my sarcastic walk, like I'm going to do my little walk, and then you went right to the package of the device. And I just walked in 3 circles around
He never gave up. He never gave up.
I am committing to this bit.
He's an American hero, American treasure.
America.
Well, thank you for being here, Chris Hardwick.
Nice to
I'll
be
let you
here.
catch your breath after that dainty few laps there.
Oh my God, what a workout.
All right, let's get to this madness here. This is the Zoom.
Okay, yep.
This is the old iPad. They both have a very similar design.
Yes, they do.
Look at that. Womp, womp,
They're there.
womp, womp. Both are about ½ an inch thick. They also weigh about the same. But am I crazy, or does the Zoom feel heavy-like?
They're actually the same. They're the same weight, but I think it's.
So I'm crazy. Okay, cool.
It's a little crazy.
Yeah, all right.
I think it's a perception thing with your brain because it is smaller. Like you can see that size-wise, the Zoom is a little bit smaller. So like per square centimeter, it's technically heavier, but they do weigh the same if they were the same size.
Got it.
Your eyes are glazing.
No, it's like a ton of feathers versus a ton of wood. They both weigh the same.
Exactly. Wait, what?
Exactly.
32 gigs of storage.
There we go.
There's a micro SD slot capable of 32 additional gigs. 4G connection upgrade is free.
Nice.
That's good. They both will be activated in the coming months.
Now,
so
for the SD card slot and flash, which we'll get to, that's an over-the-air update. That'll just be fixed.
The flash update will be over the air.
But for 4G, you have to send the device back because you need a SIM card?
Yeah, you can't. They can't do that over the air because it's a hardware. There's not a troll that shows up with a special wrench.
They can't make a portal appear in your kitchen.
I come from the air, and then he fixes the.
I want the Verizon guy to show up at each and every house.
Why
and put
can't
it in
I have the Verizon goblin come to my house?
With all of its promises of an optimized tablet experience, we've been wanting to get our hands on Honeycomb, which is Android 3.0, for some time now. Does it deliver? It's fun to swipe.
It really does. I think they did a nice job. The 3D interface is very cool. It's easier to customize than previous versions of Android. All the home screens are on the top. Your widgets, your apps, your other shortcuts are on the bottom right there. Oh, there's a finger dragging a thing. So you just drag and drop it into the window that you want.
That's cool.
There's also multitasking. So you just tap the menu at the bottom, and it will have the 5 most recent apps you launched, and they're just going to run in the background. So they did a really good job.
Well, whenever we compare Android-based devices to any iDevices, we always say that the screen seems a little laggy. It's not quite as responsive. Is that an issue with the Zoom?
You know, we found a little bit of lag with the accelerometer. Everything else was great. Tapping, swiping, pinching, zooming, all rotating, all supported. I know, that sounded gross.
I don't want you to stop there. Come on, keep going, explore it.
Keep it going. It's just as good as any other Android device we've used. I mean, again, you know, like when you're flipping it, there's just a tiny bit of lag. But the upside is because it's a true widescreen, you're probably not going to flip it very often.
Right, you're going to be locked in.
It's not that huge of a deal.
All right, now, some people are complaining that Android 3.0 is not beginner-friendly, that it's too hard to learn.
Tell me who they are. I will track them down.
They're the ones.
I will hunt them.
They're the ones with the helmets blowing on the pinwheels.
Oh, right.
The thing about the iPad device, I mean, any sort of iOS device, is that it's easy to use. It's locked down, so it's kind of foolproof, idiot-proof.
Sure.
Is the Zoom too complicated?
Well, I mean, if you're heavily ensconced in the Macverse, you will, or the Appleverse, you will probably feel like, oh, there's a lot of stuff going on with, you know, there's a lot of scrolling and there's a lot of different menus. I think PC people who enjoy customization, like all the things that PC people don't like about Apple, they will really get a weird sexual thrill out of all the stuff you can do with the Zoom.
Thankfully, it's got a slot on it.
Yeah.
The Zoom.
But it's a micro SD.
So. Well.
White guys.
Yeah.
All right.
The Zoom has a. We should celebrate it.
Yay.
The Zoom has
I'll
a dual.
show you.
If you let me. If you don't want me, that's cool. It's fine. I mean, it's cool. The Zoom has a dual-core processor, so it should be faster than the iPad.
It is faster than the iPad. It'll launch Angry Birds quicker than the Internet Pad. It'll also load most web pages faster. It just generally feels like a faster device. I mean, you know, of course, we don't know how it compares to the new iPad yet, because we won't know that until tomorrow. But it is a fast, slick device.
Now, Google has redesigned a lot of the standard apps for Honeycomb, including the web browser, which now has tab support, which is nice. It's basically a full version of Chrome, which is my favorite browser. It's the one I use.
Yeah, I mean, I think the tabs are a huge improvement over any other tablet browser that we have used. I mean, you know, especially because it can load multiple pages with very little lag. I mean, look at all the pages loaded. of course, again, you can pinch and zoom, and like I said, flash support is on the way. Not quite here yet, but overall, we think the browsing experience is better than the current version of the iPad, which is saying a lot.
Agreed.
So maybe that'll all change tomorrow. I don't know, but they did a nice job.
All right, now the Android market has been classed up. They've gussied it up, got it ready for prom. They've added HD apps for tablets, which is cool.
Right, right. This is a much-needed redesign that makes browsing the market a ton easier.
All right, now how are the front and rear cameras? Something that, of course, the iPad lacks.
Right, they're good. You know, the rear camera's 5 megapixels. It has effects like negative and posterize. It's surprisingly good quality as well. The flash makes everything a tad on the blue side.
What the hell?
Oh, that man was in a horrible accident.
Oh, okay, okay.
So a chemical removed his genitals and hair.
Oh, bummer.
The front camera's 2 megapixels. It's more than adequate for a video chat.
Right. Here's the problem, though.
Yeah.
This is, I think, is the major issue, because I like the zoom. I like the time I had with it.
Yes,
Sounds
sir.
like you enjoyed it as well.
Yes.
$800 without a contract, or $600 for the Verizon 2-year contract. So
Right.
you're locked in there. What's the rating?
I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5. I mean, we realize it is pricey, but the hardware is awesome, and this is the first tablet that I say actually competes with the iPad. I think it's going to make PC-minded people very happy, and in some ways will be superior.
There you go.
Yeah,
All right, that's it for today's Gadget Prawn. Chris Hardwick, everybody.
Hey, everybody.
Do you want to dance off, or?
Yeah, I got to just do this.
All right, there he goes, Chris Hardwick. Hey!